If a guy wants to go 50-50 with you on a first date,
Stop it. Get some help.
here's what I want you to say. Oh, I can't even believe I didn't offer. I just assumed it would be emasculating for you. But no, if you're fine with it, no, I'm happy to pay half.
Excuse me, lady. Look, you can't say those types of words, okay? You might hurt someone's feelings over here. Actually, it's gotten to the point to where I just really don't care anymore. Okay, you're gonna call me a misogynist, a pig, and all this other stuff. I just really don't care anymore. Words coming from someone who is completely off their rocker in a lot of different ways. And if you need proof, just look at the screen right there. Is this the activities of a sane person, of their sane mind here? This TikTok that got 125,000 likes. This is normal behavior, by the way, for women online. This is completely normal behavior. Women look at this and they say, yes, queen, winning, princess treatment. This is normal behavior for women. What is going on, fellas? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I have a few clips we're going to be going over. And in the first one, we saw women losing their sanity over 50-50 on the first date. Not anything else. We're just talking about first dates in this clip here, and she is completely losing her mind over this. However, you can bet that if this guy that she said she would never go 50-50 with, if you think this guy would be super attractive, if maybe she would second guess that, maybe he said, hey, 50-50 on the first date, she would definitely say yes, I think. This is one of those situations where it really just depends on how attractive she finds you, and that's going to determine her standards in the moment.
And you have that might piss some people off.
Going 50-50 with a man in a healthy relationship doesn't exist. And this is going to be so controversial, but let's fucking do it. A man that is willing to go 50-50 with a woman is a man that still yet doesn't have the intention of being a financial provider. When a man says, I want my woman to provide for herself while still expecting her to raise his children, he's basically saying, I want my wife to be half of the man for me while still being all of the woman. This is an unbalanced equation of the feminine and masculine dynamic. When the woman is working to provide the other 50% while raising children, it will put her on survival mode, and she cannot fulfill her divine purpose as a mother to carry, nurture, and raise her children to be the highest reflection of their father.
But haven't we been hearing by women for single moms are just as good as two-parent households, that single moms are getting the job done better, that single moms are independent and empowering and they can do it better than a man can? Haven't we been hearing that from the women on TikTok for the past couple of years? But now all of a sudden, moms need to be in 100% princess mode to be able to provide the nurturing for the kids at an adequate level. There should be zero stress in her life. She should be in 100% free-floating princess mode. Doesn't have to lift a finger. Everything is done for her. And the man must do everything else. This is what provider means to these women, by the way. You're providing everything, and they do absolutely nothing. At first, I was confused. I thought that provider meant, okay, well, you work, you come home, and, she'll be at home. She maybe cooks, maybe she cleans. Who knows what she does? No, that's not. Provider household is the man does everything, and the woman just exists.
And then men say, I will not provide for you, I will not marry you, and I will not lead you. But I will fuck you, and if you get pregnant, we'll figure it out with no plan because I'm a man that lacks intention. This is why we have so many broken families and our communities are degrading. The masculine energy in our society is weak. It's why so many women have daddy issues. There's no real discipline, no focus, and no leadership from men anymore. At least not many. Instead, society wants to push women to be more masculine instead of providing the masculine support needed to uplift and protect their feminine essence.
What the fuck?
So let me get this straight. Whenever it's something bad that happens, it's society that pushes you toward it. But whenever the outcome is good, it's feminism, right? No. It wasn't society that pushed you to be more masculine. It was you. You wanted to be more masculine. You wanted to jump into the job force. Now a lot of these women are looking around. They're crippled with debt from going to school. They're obviously working, but they're only making like $50K a year, which, I mean, a lot of the jobs they want, they need experience to get these jobs. They're not going to have that experience until they're well into their 30s. And they are trapped. So of course they want this provider man to come save them. Of course they're desperate to make sure they don't never have to work again and someone can take on all their debt and pay all their bills for them. Of course they're desperate for all this stuff. I mean, there are probably men out there that are trying to find a sugar mama to bankroll their life as well. This isn't, I mean, what are we talking about here? Now all of a sudden it's the provider mindset that you need to look for so you can be in your divine feminine and raise your kid at the ultimate standards. No, this is another issue where we're changing the narrative. You can't have it every single way. You can't have all of it. Okay, you have to choose. You have to make a choice. I can kind of tell by the type of content this woman digests that she's spewing information that just does not make sense. And also, in this entire clip, who is she blaming? Men. It's men's issue. It's a man's issue that there's so many girls with daddy problems. It's the man's issue that there's so many single moms out there. It's the man's problem that they're not masculine. Look, we tried. We definitely tried. Okay. I think they're starting to realize, and you can tell by the anger in this video, and I'm not joking, 536 likes, 15,000 comments. Wow. These comments are completely insane. Here's one guy. He's like, that literally made no sense. I agree. I'm going to like that comment because it actually makes sense. So this whole argument is something I really do not even know why it's an argument. It really just depends on the type of guy you are. I fell into the provider trap when I was younger. When I was in my 20s, I was making good money. The girlfriend I had at the time, we lived together. She was going to school. She really didn't have to work. I was making enough for both of us, and I kind of fell into that. Looking back, it was a huge mistake. I should have never even moved in with her. And after everything was said and done, I was financially worse off than I would have been if I would have just avoided the entire situation. Men are going to make their decisions. I think it's one of those things where you kind of have to learn through life. Some men will probably, wise up. They're in their 20s and they find themselves in a position of maybe they're trying to move in with their girlfriend. Maybe they're trying to be that provider. From my experience, and it's a very singular experience. Every guy will have different experiences, sure, but it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of effort. It's a waste of money. I do not understand why a man, especially now, and this was back in the early 2000s, and I'm looking around at women now and I'm like, I don't see the appeal of involving yourself with anything like that. Okay, let's listen to this one. Let's see what Blue Hat has to say.
Conversation with the 50-50, like splitting the bills and marriage thing is getting kind of out of hand, and we've got to talk about this. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, if your husband is providing 100% for you and your bills, that's amazing. I love that for you. I love that for him. If your husband is providing 50% of the bills and you are providing the other half, I love that for you. I love that for him. Okay? Why are y'all projecting like your weird insecurities on other people's relationships just because I work and my husband works or my mom worked and my dad worked? That does not make him financially abusive or any less of a provider. Like, that was the hot take that I just saw. The woman was like, if you're okay with 50-50, then your husband is not a participant in your marriage or he's not a provider and you probably grew up with a single mom.
This is something else.
That's because social media is not good. What have I said? It all starts with social media. If you're going to post stuff like this online, you're going to get so much backlash mainly from women. Okay, men really don't care. I think a large majority of men just don't give a shit. The other group of men are just not worrying about dating or anything anyway, so nobody cares when it comes to men. It's all women that are continuously arguing about this. And so now you have a woman like this who's in a marriage. She works, she's getting money. Husband works, husband's getting money. What's the big deal? The big deal is that the online hive mind, the echo chamber that she posts her content in, does not like that.
No, I didn't. And all the girls in the comments are like, yes, queen, oh my God, that's amazing. We don't settle. And half of y'all probably aren't even married. I'm going to need you to step away from the chat for a second, okay? Stop imposing your own issues and your own insecurities on other people's marriages. If they're both working and it works for them, amazing. If only one of them is working and it works for them, amazing. Like, y'all just need to chill the heck out. Oh my goodness, I can't.
This is exactly how I feel about this entire situation. It works differently for every every person out there. This video only got 80 likes, by the way. When was it posted? I don't know. It was posted last month. Oh yeah, that's where we're at. Women don't like this viewpoint. They hate it. They despise it. Not all women, but women that are going to be online in this space. Because you search for those keywords, this is going to pop up. This one right here, yeah, it didn't do too good. There are women out there that prefer to have their own job, make their own money. Absolutely. There are men out there that make a little bit more money and they have no problem paying extra bills or paying all the bills or doing that. And that's perfectly fine too. I would advise against it. But again, that's just my personal experience and everybody's different. Now, if you were to ask me today if I would ever do that again, absolutely not. I would never even live with a woman again. It would be insane for me to try to do that. There would have to be an extreme vetting process for me to involve myself, a woman my age or even younger, or any modern woman. I can't think of any factor that would make me want to do that. And I have one very strict rule when it comes to stuff like that, which is something that you're not going to find with modern women, and that is that the social media is a no-go for me. Absolutely not. That is just a very, very hard no for me. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen for me. I think the 50-50 argument, the provider argument, the additional argument, I don't think it's an argument at all. I think the other woman was completely right, which she makes a really good point here. She said that these women are single. They're single. They're lonely. They are projecting their insecurities on women who are doing good for themselves. She's attractive. She's married. She's got everything. She's good. These women hate you. They want what you have. They're going to tell you that they don't want it because they can't get it. Women tell you they don't want something only when they can't get it. It is what it is. They don't want the 50-50. They couldn't get the 50-50 if they tried to. Then they're going to be looking back and they'll be in their late 40s and they're looking back and like, you know what, 50-50. I think there's a lot to be said about women and social media. I think a lot of it is just very, very harmful. The types of comments I have read, you guys, I might do an episode with posting some of the craziest comments that I've ran across. It's unsettling. It is really unsettling the lengths these women will go to just be mean and hateful towards other women. It's not the men that are doing this, by the way. The men, sometimes I'll read comments by men and they are kind of like passive aggressive, maybe a little being a smart ass in the comment section, no big deal. But the women, they are vicious. Somehow every time I go into a comment section and I start reading and I start going deep into the comments, every single time I'm in shock and I don't know how they can, because I've posted mild comments in the past and they've gotten striked, or reported, I guess. I don't know how that works in the comment section, but I posted comments and like, yeah, this comment is an inappropriate comment. But yeah, for me, 50-50 traditional provider, it really doesn't matter to me. It doesn't involve me. I don't really care either way. My advice to men would be to choose carefully who you provide for, because you could be just throwing your money away at that point. And as you've seen, as we all know, a man, his finances, his assets are going to be very important when it comes to succeeding in life. But let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment down below, subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.